Hey guys, it's Christian Carroll from deathofacne.com. This is part 2, or Acne 102, and what I wanted to do is start changing your information on how acne is formed in the body, and that's very important because that's how we cure it, is letting your body use it. So why don't you check it out. Hi everyone, it's Christian Carroll from deathofacne.com, and welcome to part 2 of your acne education or training. In this video, I elaborate on how acne really works. Last video in the 101, if you haven't seen it, you should probably watch it before you watch this one. I break down how dermatologists see acne, what the conventional wisdom is. Now, I start breaking it down into unconventional wisdom. So, we go into disease. Dermatologists say that acne was a disease. If you remember from the last video, this is where I left off. It's not a disease. It's a symptom. Let's start looking at acne as a symptom, and we'll start figuring out how acne really works. Okay. So this is Fred. Call him Fred. And he's an American kid. He eats American foods. He eats Coke, pizza, Oreos, Doritos, refined things. Things with not a lot of nutritional value, but nonetheless taste good. So they also happen to be the most marketed and the most profitable for companies. So they love when you eat them. So this food goes in here, goes down his esophagus. If you can see my pretty poor little drawing of your intestines and stuff, but this is to make do. This is your stomach in here. It goes in, it's broken down by hydrochloric acid. It's kind of like a holding tank, so to speak, and then it enters through the pyloric valve into the small intestine. And that's where 90% of the nutrients, vitamins, minerals get soaked up. And it's in liquid form until it gets into part of the colon. And this large tube right here is called the large intestine, or the colon. And this is where probably 80% of your digestion occurs. Now what happens when you eat crappy foods is that they have no nutritional value, so you can't really absorb anything. And then it sits in here and it's real sticky. I mean, if you take Wonder Bread, perfect example, refined flour, put it in water, it's like a paste. Now imagine trying to push that through a long tube. Your small intestine alone is 23 feet long. Imagine the amount of energy that it needs to take to push that crap and junk through. Now you can imagine there can be some blockages along the road. It's almost like an artery block, so to speak. Crap gets on the sides, and then you can't poop as much as you can't poop as much as you want. So the body's job in the colon is also to soak up some more vitamins and minerals. But what happens is when this crap gets on the walls, you end up soaking up some of the bad junk that you ate. And you know that this has no vitamins and minerals and awful toxic chemicals. So it gets into the bloodstream, and it goes through the hepatic veins right into the liver. And your liver, if you know, is a giant filter. And it says its main job is to detox the blood. So it says, okay, shifts it through the liver, starts collecting toxins, and it wants to dump. And liver is one of the only, it's the only elimination organ, or one of the only elimination detox organs that doesn't have an outside duct. So it has to spit its stuff back into the intestines. And you know that the intestines aren't really running very good because it's starting to get blocked up with junk. And so you see the body getting into this auto-intoxication, endotoxemia, or self-poisoning. And so your body's saying, I have toxins in my organs, and I need to get them out, because you're going to get sick if you live with toxins in your organs. They're going to get diseased, and that's where a lot of nasty things come into play. So your body goes, where can I put them? Well, your kidneys don't really help out that much. They can by going to the bladder, and you can pee them out. You know where they go. Another kidney's over here. You know, your colon's another way of getting it out. It's not doing a very good job. Your lungs are another elimination organ. They can only help out so much. So your body goes, alright, I can use the skin. It's the biggest organ in the body. Why not? It's a good place to get it out. And what's cool about your body is it not only gets it out through your skin, but it's very specific, because it wants to conserve energy and be as efficient as possible, because as you know, your body is really good at doing what it does. So it says, let's go to the place where it has the most holes, and that way we can get out the toxins the fastest through them. Because wouldn't that be what you do? You'd go to a certain point where there'd be a lot of holes. Guess where all the holes are? Right in here, the neck, and the upper chest and back. Where does 99.9% of acne show up in your body? It shows up in these areas. Your body is so smart, and it's very good at doing its job. But you have to start seeing acne as a warning symptom. This, right in here, he's starting to get acne now, because this is all messed up, okay? And now, he's sad. And this is the body saying, alright, now you just have to fix me. And then I won't have to give you the warning signs, so to speak, of acne. It's common because so many people eat this way and they're overly stressed. And there's a couple, other, minute details. But, I mean, it really is food. And food does matter. And food is very important. So I don't want to emphasize too much and go into too much detail here, which I do in my book. And I let, people read that, and that's how they can clear their acne. So, without giving away too many secrets, if you start adjusting this and detoxing, eating better foods, and there's a couple other really neat tricks that I've talked to a couple of doctors, some Chinese medicine tricks, some naturopathic tricks, very interesting stuff, works awesome, that's why I put it in there. Then this obviously answers the question of how acne really works, but we got to put it to the test. It's just got to sound good in a theory. So what are a lot of questions that you have in acne? Here's some of the ones that I have. Why don't antibiotics work? Or why do they seem to work, but they never are a lasting cure? Why do we have to always dry out acne when sebum is a naturally protective oil on our skins that protects us from outside pathogens and is bacteriostatic? Why does every acne fad product, as I call them, why do they all stink? Why are there so many? If they really worked, why does a new one come out every week and then people try it and they're like, oh, it doesn't work. You've seen it in Proactive, everything. Alright. Why don't you see acne in third world countries? That's a perfect recipe in a dermatology conventional thinking manner. If you put dirty teenagers, really dirty because they probably take a shower, once a month if they're really, if they're in a third world country, and they're definitely teenagers, so 100% of them are going through hormonal changes, why aren't they getting acne? That's kind of interesting. And lastly, why do people get acne past puberty? How does that fit into the conventional acne theory? And I think it's a theory because it doesn't answer any of these questions. If acne was caused from bacteria, then antibiotics would work. Let's be frank. It destroys bacteria, and then it would work. If we had to dry out acne, then why doesn't that work? If oily skin causes acne, when we dry the crap out of it, does it not work? Why do acne fad products stink? They are doing the same thing. It's treating it the same way as dermatologists do. They treat it from the outside. It's because they treat it on the outside, it's because they only treat the top couple layers of skin, so the acne may improve mightily on the surface, but as the skin keeps coming to the surface, there's still acne there. So what we do in our book is we treat it from the internal problem. So the skin that comes to the surface is beautiful. You never have to worry about creams and drying out your skin and flaky and rashes and all that stuff. You don't have to worry about that anymore. And also, third world countries. Acne is not caused by dirt. It has nothing to do. I, for the record, do wash my face, but I wash it with something that doesn't remove sebum, which I tell you about in the book. And also, why do we get acne past puberty? This is a question that doesn't get answered too often, and nobody attempts to answer some of these questions, but I'm putting it out on the line for you. So I hope you enjoyed the videos, hope I got some new information in your hands, hoped I start changing your view of acne. So if you want more information, www.deathofacne.com.